Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are diving deep into one of the fundamental concept of GoLang, pointers. Pointers can be a bit tricky to grasp at first, but once you understand them, they become an incredible powerful tool in your GoLang journey. So let's start it. Alright, before we jump into the code, let's clarify what pointers are. This is an official page for Go pointers. In GoLang, a pointer is a variable that stores the memory address of another variable. So essentially, it points to the location in a memory where the value of the another variable is stored. So this allows us to indirectly access and manipulate the value. Imagine you have a box and within this box you have a value. Let's take an integer value. Now pointers are like a sticky note that points to the location of this box in the memory. So by following this sticky note, you can access and modify the value inside this box basically without actually accessing the box itself. So what the user will do to access this value 23, user will not access this box but user will access this sticky note to access this value indirectly. So this is the concept we have in pointers, that we are not directly accessing the value but we are accessing the value through pointers, or we can say through accessing the address of the memory. So how to declare and use pointers in GoLang? Let's take a look at some code. Here we have a function main, and how can I declare a pointer? Where I am taking a pointer variable ptr, and now I'm giving an asterisk sign that tells that this variable is a pointer. Now what kind of values address it will hold? It is integer. If I am saying that this pointer is a integer type, that means it will be holding the address of integer value. So this is a declaration of pointers. Now how will I initialize any address in this variable? So I have an integer variable where, let's say, a number that is of type integer and it contains the value 10. I will initialize the pointer with its address. So I'll write ptr, that is a pointer variable, and I will assign it with the address of this integer variable. So this is the initialization of pointers. We have stored the address of integer variable in this pointer. Now how can I access the value of this variable through pointers? So that is called dereferencing. Dereferencing, what does it called? Here I will try to access the value of this variable. So I'll use asterisk and the pointer variable. So by using this, I can access the value of this integer variable whose address this pointer is containing. So let's save this code and run. So this is the value we have. As of now, I have initialized this pointer, but suppose I am not storing any value in this pointer. Then what is the default value? If I am not assigning any value in this pointer, then this pointer will be nil. So as we can see here, we haven't done any initialization and we can see that invalid memory address or nil pointer dereference. So what is the dereferencing? In dereferencing we were getting the value, but if we haven't assigned any value here, then it will be nil pointer dereference. For now we will initialize the value. So one of the major benefit of pointer is, instead of passing the value to a function, we can pass the reference of a value through pointers. So suppose we have a function, name of the function is pointer func. Here we are passing a pointer of type integer. Here I am going to change the value that it stores. So how can we access the value? In this variable we can access the value, and here I'll assign the value as 20. Now how will we pass the reference to this function? I will call this function, and while calling this function I will pass the address. where we have the address. In this variable we have stored the address of this num variable. So here we will pass the address, and here this variable it will get the address of num variable. By dereferencing the pointer, it will assigning the value 20 at this address. So let's run the code. Okay, we have called the function, we changed the value. Let's see the difference by printing this value again. So here we can see first value we are getting 10, by which we have initialized, and we called the function by passing the reference of this variable. Here we have changed the value, we have assigned 20, and after calling this function we can see the difference that the value it is getting is 20. So in this way you can pass the reference to the function. There is one more point about pointers in GoLang that is different from the other languages. So in GoLang, pointer doesn't support for arithmetic operations. If you are trying to print the value by incrementing 1 to any pointer, suppose this is a pointer, I am incrementing 1 here and trying to print the value, so it will not allow us. So we are getting invalid operation. So that's the basic of pointers in GoLang. That's incredibly useful for managing memory efficiently and working with data structure. I hope this video helped you understand pointers better. If you have any questions or topics you would like to cover in future videos, let us know in comment below, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more GoLang tutorials. Until next time, happy coding!